Welcome, everyone. Great to have you here today. Excited to get into today's topic, which will be episode 56 of the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. Remember, this is for our whole industry, so feel free to always share these shows, whether a colleague of yours is a yoga instructor, a doctor, a personal trainer, an acupuncturist, a chiro, you name it. Feel free to share this with them because, like I said, as the whole industry grows, all of us grow, right? As a rising tide lifts all boats. I love that because here's the thing. Meet amazing people, network with amazing people in this industry, share referrals, do great work, help people. You'll always be successful in that way. So what I want to do today, though, is I want to share with you 3 mistakes that I see people make over and over and over. And I see it a lot of times with even some of my high-level mentorship clients, my career mentorship clients that I work with, that I try to help them accelerate their career. And of course, we teach this inside of IHP in the business part 2, where we're trying to, again, help you develop these amazing careers. And there's just 3 things that stand out to me. Now, there are more, of course, but these 3 just keep coming up over and over and over. So I want to go over those today, and just always keep in mind that I'm happy to answer additional follow-up questions. Feel free to leave that. You know, as IHPs, if you're part of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, you can get on the phone or on the Zoom calls with me twice a month with level 1 and 2, and then just level 2. You can ask me these career questions as well, and I'm happy to help. And then, of course, a lot of great questions also become future shows. So always write in, leave comments on YouTube or on Instagram, and we're happy to check those out. All right. So big mistake number 1 is this. So many people starting out in their career, they believe that if you build it, they will come, right? So if you build it means this. If you built the website, if you created the social media accounts, if you did a lot of the right things to set up your business, provide your services outline, even set up your complimentary 15-minute consultation, your automated calendar that I've talked about on all the previous podcasts, which, by the way, you can just go to ihp.coach/podcasts for all the previous podcasts. Definitely check those out. Every Monday, new business career tip. Every Thursday, my partner, Julia Hayes, does interviews with successful integrative health practitioners and others around the industry that have set up a practice, and they can share their wisdom with you as well. So the first one is this. Okay, you set everything up. You did the right things on paper, but the clients are not knocking down your door. What gives? What's happening? Why is this? I've created the perfect business model, and yet I don't have the clients. Well, here's the thing. Just because you built it doesn't mean that anybody knows about it. There's an old saying, right? If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is no. The answer is no. There's no sound in the world unless those vibrations are picked up by our eardrum. It's the way that it is. Remember, if you are yelling and screaming, but someone is hearing impaired and they're not picking up those vibrations, they cannot hear you. I have a 10-year-old French bulldog. His hearing is not the best. I'm yelling to my dog Moose to come back in the house. Now, in his younger days, he would look at me stubborn and then just turn away, which I can appreciate. But now he doesn't even turn. He doesn't even hear me. And it's one of those things we have to understand. And it's a kind of a crude analogy, not the best analogy, but it's still the truth. People have to know that you have a website. People have to know that you're doing 15-minute complimentary consultations. People have to know that you're setting up a functional medicine detox group. They have to know this. So the only way to get more clients is to go out there and let people know that you exist. And I'm going to share with you a bunch of 15-minute podcasts that teach you how to do this. Episode 38, Lunch and Learns. Episode 34, going out and networking out there in the world. Let's see. Episode 16, the know, like, and trust formula. So I've got a bunch of podcasts about creating your ideal niche, your ideal clients, going out there, creating your own network, how to get an endless stream of referrals, should you get hired or start your own business. That was episode 46. And it's important because if you don't want to go out there and network, if you don't want to go out there and post on social media and put yourself out there, it's going to be difficult for people to find you. That's just the way that it is. But that's the way that it is for any business. It's not different to health coaches, doctors, personal trainers, etc. I mean, we get so many doctors apply to our practice when we had our role there to be filled. And it's because, well, they're kind of at the mercy of the practice they're in and whether they bring in, whether the practice brings in clients or not. So it's just something to think about. But the good news is this, they're out there and you can actually get busy really quick, especially when you use our formula of just one appointment a day. So, that's really important to look at that. All right. So that's lesson number one. By the way, these are no means to be self-defeating. These are to just say, it's not difficult, but let me answer that question. You need to get in front of people. Again, corporate lunch and learns, small corporations like I've talked about before, getting out there to your local health food stores, networking with, if you're a health coach, with personal trainers, massage therapists, chiropractors, etc., acupuncturists. It's just doing those things. And then it's also getting on Instagram. If you're only in one place, get on Instagram. Create content that's usable, that's valuable, that people have takeaways. And then when they're ready, okay, then they're going to meet with you. This is not difficult, right? And again, we're looking at one appointment a day. That's it. And that's going to build you a thriving career. All right, number two is this. Maybe you built it and people are finding you and they're doing your free 15-minute consultation, but now they're not signing up as a client with you. Just talked about this with one of my mentorship clients, and she'll know who she is if she's listening to this. And she's fantastic. She's going to have a huge business. But here's the thing. She was giving everything away on that free 15-minute consultation. If you give everything away on that consultation, people don't feel like they need more. But as health professionals, we all know, let's say you recommend a lab, let's say you recommend a protocol, let's say you recommend an exercise program. Do you really think that they're going to implement it properly without you? It'd be like me with my tax accountant giving me a sheet of all the things that I need to do. I don't know how to do them as well as them. Right? I don't know how to file this perfectly. No, not at all. I could use their help, right? If a barber gives me a pair of hair clippers and a video on how to do it, do you think I'm going to cut my hair as well as that barber? No, it's going to be a disaster, right? It's going to be a disaster. So you have to understand, you are not doing your clients a service by giving them everything that they need, that they think that they need. That's the bottom line. You're actually not doing them a service, because what are the odds they follow through without an accountability partner? Everybody needs an accountability partner. I have accountability partners. Many of them are on my team. I say, I'm going to do this, this, and this by this date. I have to have it done. We all need accountability partners. Plus, we need experts. We need coaches. If we've never done something before, if we're struggling with an issue, we hire a coach. I hire consultants for what I do all the time. Sometimes like, hey, how do we get our products into Europe? How do we get our products into South America? We'll hire a brilliant consultant that knows how to get things that have never got there before, like at-home labs, into those countries, right? So people need you. But when you give them what they perceive to be all the answers to their problem, it's not going to allow them to then say, yes, I do need you. So what you want to do is listen to them. Allow them to feel to be heard. And then you're going to recommend the next action step of what you do in your practice in order to be able to help people get the results they're looking for. And then you're going to charge a fair price, because after all, this is your career. Everybody who has a career is paid, right? They're compensated. Why in our health profession are we not allowed to be compensated? We're doing great work. We're changing people's lives. You're allowed to be compensated. All right. Number 3 is this, and it's a big one. All right. So what was number 1? You built it, but you don't let anybody know about it. Now you let people know about it, but you give everything away for free. By the way, only reason I know these things is because I made all these mistakes as well. I used to do like 90-minute free consultations for people, and they loved it. People loved it. They gave me lots of referrals. I wasn't signing anybody up. This was as a young personal trainer, 18, 19, 20 years old, because I was giving everything away for free. And then luckily I had a mentor sit me down saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Isn't your goal to become a personal trainer? They're like, yeah, well, I was like, I am. Yeah, like, no, you really aren't. You're giving away free services. No one's actually paying you to be a personal trainer. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so I said, oh, okay. And he's like, well, how many of these people are actually following through and getting the results that you want for them? And I was like, not too many. And you're like, well, that's it. And so again, they just got me to realize. And the third step is this, and it's kind of leading into it. Okay, you built it. You now aren't giving everything away, but you're now detailing your program of how you can help people. And the last step that people make is this. They're getting them in a program, they're doing pretty well, but they don't follow up. And they're afraid to follow up sometimes because one, the person might not be doing the plan and getting the results they want. So now they don't feel good about that. They're worried about hearing that. Or this person's getting too busy and they feel like they don't need to follow up. Two big issues there. Let's explore those. One, your clients might not be getting the results they want, but it's up to you as a professional, as someone that rises into that 1% of the industry to say, let me help you tweak that program or protocol or get on the phone with you for another consultation in order to get the results that you want. You see, inside of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, we offer programs and packages, not one-off consultations. I mean, think about it. Whatever your profession is, imagine going for one acupuncture appointment, one chiropractic appointment, one massage, one physical therapy appointment, one personal training session. And the client's like, yep, I got this. No, that's ridiculous, right? You would think that that's absolutely absurd. But we're okay with one health coaching appointment? No, come on. That's not okay. It's not what's best for the client. We know that they need more information, that now when they get a plan, they actually have more questions than they do answers because now they're learning something. Whenever you learn something new, it spawns new questions. That's a good thing. So we do 3 consultations minimum. Month 1, intake. Month 2, plan and protocols. Month 3, follow-up, tweaks of the plan. You should do the same, minimum. That's it. Personal training, of course, it's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, right? Acupuncturists, once a week, twice a week. Chiropractors, initially it might be once, twice a week, then weaning off, right? Massage, if you have an injury or a physical therapist, you're working through that a couple times a week and then weaning off and maintaining. So again, the industries are the same. It's just the follow-up and meetings that you're having might be a little bit less. As a health coach, you might want to do 2 30-minute appointments a month. That's better for you, more follow-up. We do 1 weekly check-in email, and then we also do 1 monthly 60-minute call. You can develop any program you want, but you have to follow up. It's so important. And remember, when you're busy, it does not allow you not to follow up. You have to just automate the process. And I've talked about that before on previous podcasts. You automate the process with follow-up emails. And if you're getting that busy, great. Then you can have a template set up that your assistant from your office is going to send, saying something like, hey, hi, Janine. Dr. Cabral wanted me to send over this email to you to make sure that everything's going well. He hasn't spoken to you in about 6 weeks or 8 weeks or so. Wants to make sure that everything is going well. If there's any issues or if we can help in any way, please just let us know. We're here for you. That's it. Now they knew I followed up and I was able to meet with them if they needed it. And that's a great way for you to schedule follow-ups because after they've done that 3 appointments with you, which what we do for IHP, then they can always do additional follow-ups. Maybe those are 30-minute calls instead of 60-minute because there's less questions. It's just tweaking like the transition of maybe something like the gut healing protocol or transitioning off the heavy metal or maybe doing a functional medicine detox or, working on sleep now or anti-aging because you already fixed the wellness-based issues. So there's so much to always follow up on. And remember, when you get too busy, that's your opportunity to then hire another health coach or another person under you, which is a beautiful thing because now you're creating more jobs in the industry. You're helping to lift up another individual. It was always one of my favorite things that I did when I owned both of my practices to say, hey, when this person gets to 80% busy, we hire the next person. And that's always what we did. We hired one person, built them up, hired another person, built them up. We had over 24 people on our team. And it was amazing to see all of those people getting compensated, helping clients, and everyone thriving within this great industry. So hopefully today was helpful. always feel free to write in. Let me know what you thought on YouTube, like I said, or on Instagram. It's just on Instagram. Well, actually, why don't I do this? It'll be easier. Head on over to ihp.coach/056. The links to YouTube will be there. The links to Instagram will be there. And everything else will be there as well. All right. So hopefully today's show was helpful. Of course, always feel free to share it with any colleagues you believe it could help. And write in, let us know what you thought and what future topics should be as well. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day.